Hey Golf Busters, in this video we're going to be doing an accuracy test with the Mevo Plus. Now here's how the challenge is going to work. I'm going to hit every one of my irons, and before I hit it I'm going to tell you with a good strike how far I think it'll go. Then right when I hit the ball I'm also going to say how far I think that shot went, just to give you all an idea of how accurate this device can be when set up properly. Now my first club I'm going to hit is my 60 degree. I would say when struck well, this will be somewhere between 90 and 100 yards, depending on how fast I'm swinging. And I'm gonna go for a 95-yard shot here. There we go. First one looking good. So carried exactly 95 yards. Next club I'm gonna hit is my 54 degree. This club I would say is 105 to 115. Sometimes I can push it a little past 115 with this club. And I'm gonna say that's 112 right there. Hey, there we go, 113. So one of the things I love about the Mevo is once you get it down, I feel like it is extremely consistent. Like those first two shots, I can say it, call it out before I look up, and get pretty much the exact yardage that I called out. So next up, we're gonna move to the gap wedge. The gap wedge for me, when struck correctly, is a 125, 135 yard club. And one of the things you're gonna notice I'm doing, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna change the greens. So GS Pro has a night range, and what I like about this, sometimes when you do a driving range test, those wedges will get more roll than they would in real life because you're just on a fairway. But this allows you to pick a target, hit that yardage, and get a little more accurate roll out of that. So gap wedge, we're gonna go, 125, 135, and I'll call this out right as I hit it. Oh, 132. Oh, come on, roll out there. Give me a little roll out. Okay, 126. So that's about right, but right in that yardage I said I thought this would go between 125 and 135. So next club we're gonna hit is my 9-iron. Actually, excuse me, we're gonna hit my pitching wedge. Now, with the pitching wedge, this is gonna be a 138 to 148 yard club as long as I don't pull that too hard. Oh, that was good. I'm gonna say 144. Okay, 139. Pretty close right there. Not a ton of roll on that. 139 within 5 yards, right? But between that 138 and 148 that I was calling out. So wedges are through. Next up, we're gonna go on to the 9-iron. Now the 9-iron for me, that's gonna be probably between 158, 168, kind of just dependent on how I strike that, how fast I'm swinging. And we're gonna try to aim kind of right in that range right here. Ooh, I'm gonna say just touching 158. Yep, there we go, just got 158. I didn't hit that one great, hit it a little fat, and I think that's where I got to the 158 yardage. So 9-iron is done, we're gonna go on to the 8-iron. 8-iron takes a little bit of jump in yardage for me. That's gonna be more of a 180, 190 club. And with this 8-iron, we're starting to get in that range where a little harder to guess because it is a little bit of a farther club. Farther it is, I think, kind of the farther off my guess will be. But we're gonna try to be right between 180, 190 here. Just because it's a farther club. Okay, I didn't strike that very well. I'm gonna say 177. Okay, yeah, 171. So that wasn't a good strike for me. We'll hit one more 8-iron just to, make sure we can get a good one on there. But again, 171, kind of within 6 yards right there, the guess that I thought I had. Okay, that's gonna be 177. I leaked that left. Yeah, kind of right there. Didn't hit a great one with that, but we're still getting very close to what I think I hit that. Now we're gonna move on to the 7-iron. 7-iron for me is between 190 and 200 when struck correctly. So we're gonna move our night range here. We're gonna move that right onto the 200 tee. And we'll see if we can get a good strike on this one. Now, if I really get a hold of this one, I might be able to get it out to 205. Oh, that's a little thin. I'm gonna guess 192. Pretty close, 194. Didn't strike that one the best, but thin enough that it kind of rolled out. So 7-iron, we've been close on every single one. Next up, we're gonna move on to the 6-iron. And with the 6-iron, this is generally gonna be kind of with a light swing. I would say 200 to 210 with this 6-iron, if struck correctly. Ooh, that was really good. That's gonna be all a 210, I think. Woo, smoked that. That was a far one. So that one, I don't know, I hit that really well. Got the carry right. I did say the carry at 210, but usually I'm guessing the total. So starting to warm up in here in Michigan, so maybe my club speed's a little higher. We'll hit one more, see what we get that out to. That was another stripe. That's probably gonna go 205. Okay, pretty close with that carry. Yeah, there we go, 207, 208. So spin, I got low spinning iron, so 6-iron, 4,000 is pretty normal for me. Now we'll go on to the 5-iron, that'll be our last one. Now these ones I have a little bit of a harder time guessing just because the range is bigger. You know, can I push that 6-iron up to that 220 range? Yes, I can. Doesn't happen too often, but as we get to these, you know, lower lofted club, that range gets a little bigger. Like I think this 5-iron, you know, just depending on an average strike, can be anywhere from 200 to 230 at the max, but if we're going averages, probably struck well 215 to 225. That was pretty good, leaked it left. I'm gonna guess 215. Okay, right at 210, so pretty close there. Pretty close. We'll do one more with a 5-iron and we'll call it good with this test. Let's see if we can really rip a 5-iron here. Gonna try to max this one out. Ooh, a little low. Hit it good. I'm gonna say it gets out to 220. Yeah, there we go. So within 5. So you can see it is an extremely accurate device. You get the setup right. It is something that I completely trust. Now, maybe once every 18 holes, do I get a spin misread that's off? Yeah, I will, but I never second guess where my clubs go because, you know, if that happens once every 18 holes, I just know, oh, okay, just read the spin a little wrong. Now, that will improve. There is an RCT ball update that hasn't been passed through to GS Pro yet. So once that passes through on the FS app, that RCT update is incredible. And it gets the spin right 100% of the time. So hopefully when that comes over to GS Pro, we are gonna get, you know, as accurate as you can possibly be. And I think the Mevo Plus is just gonna take over the market as soon as that RCT ball update passes through to those third-party programs. Now, last thing, if you're looking to buy the Mevo Plus, I can get it for you as cheap as possible. Use my code and link below, and we appreciate you watching this.